Yes, good evening, everyone. Sorry for the delayed starting of the meeting. It is 6:04. Unfortunately, I don't have enough board members here in person at the school. I do have a remote board member, but that person cannot be a viable part of the discussion in regards to voting and so forth. So I can't open the meeting until I have one more board meeting in person. So we're waiting on that. So as soon as we can, we'll start with the public hearing and then the regular board meeting. Thank you for your patience. Okay, all right. Are we ready? Okay, thank you. We now have a quorum. I will open the public hearing at 6:07. The public hearing tonight is on the proposed donation from the Jack and Dorothy Byrne Foundation pursuant to RSA 198, semicolon 20-B to the Mascoma Valley Regional School District in the amount of $10,000 for the IRS and the Mascoma Valley Regional High School track program. Do I have any questions from the board? Any comments? Generosity is overwhelming, thank you.
So is there something specific the track program is doing with the $10,000?
Yes, there is. This is working on a throwing pit.
Nice.
And other things. We do have some very high quality throwers, both male and female in the district. So we do not have an updated pit. So this would be a launching pad or a pad. Forgive me if it's not called a launching pad, but it is a pad, the cement pad, and then whatever else they need to be able to throw the discus and the shot put.
Cool.
And perhaps the javelin.
That's great.
Yeah, we'll build the track piece by piece. We'll get there.
Anything else from any board members on this? I'll open up to the public. Any public comment tonight in regards to the donation?
Thank you, Dorothy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. All right, seeing none, I will close the public hearing at 6:08. And I will open up our regular board meeting at 6:08 as well. If you could all stand and join me in the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. First up on the agenda is the public of the meeting minutes for both public and non-public meeting of November the 9th of 2021.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes, public and non-public, from November 9th, 2021.
I'll second.
And does anyone have anything to correct, comments? I didn't have anything. Bruce, do you have anything? Yeah. Seeing none, we'll have to do roll call vote. Seeing we do have a board member that is remote. Jim Josephson.
Aye.
Kathleen Stacy.
Aye.
Hope Stragnow.
Aye.
Candace Fry.
Aye.
Bruce to go.
Aye.
And Kobe Evers, and aye, passes unanimously, both public and non-public meeting minutes. Public comment number 1. Anybody out there in Cyberland? Nope. Okay, thank you. All right, tonight's presentation will be an update on COVID, and I will turn that over to Superintendent Mascoma.
Thank you. I have a very brief update today for the board. For the month of November, to date, we have 17 cases. I have reported 17 cases. To date, we have not had any clusters, so no spread in school. Most of the cases that have been reported have come from people who are already out on quarantine because they had another family member test positive. So they were also tested. So we feel very fortunate that our mitigation strategies are holding fast. At this point, Rob tells me that we are looking like the whole state is still red for substantial spread. So at this point, regardless, of any other thoughts or such, we are, my suggestion would be to hold the course, continue with our mitigation strategies, as they do seem to be providing our students with the ability to stay in school with some protection from COVID-19. A total for the entire year so far this year of cases is 55. So 17 this month, the month of October we had 10, and 28 for the month of September. And hopefully that adds up to 55.
Does anyone have any questions or comments on that?
Thank you for all the hard,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, thank you for all the hard work on everybody's part, keeping everybody safe,
Really,
holding fast, and it's not easy to do the right thing, but they are, and so we thank them, and kids are in school and staying there.
Correct.
We don't have to go remote, we know how much they didn't like that necessarily, and
Very good.
clinics, I just remind parents of clinics, vaccination clinics happening at the elementary schools and at IRS in the high school. We're also providing booster clinics for the adults. So if anybody here on the board, also we would extend that invitation to board members if they needed a booster shot on December 10th, 12/10, from 10 to 12 at IRS. Contact Sarah Boaz, the school nurse, if you're interested.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any public comment? Anything public? No? Okay, thank you, Carol. Okay. Continue with business, the donation of the $10,000 from the Jack and Dorothy Byrne Foundation for the track programs. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept, with great gratitude, donation of $10,000 from the Jack and Dorothy Byrne Foundation for the IRS MVRSD track program.
I'll second.
Thank you, Kathleen. Discussion?
Again, many thanks.
Many thanks.
Many
Yes.
thanks.
Yes, it was kind of the unspoken sport for a long time until we were informed a couple of years ago with exactly the enthusiasm and the participation from both of the kids in both schools that this program has grown leaps and bounds. So it'll be well accepted and used, and we thank you enormously for all your donations. Okay, if there's nothing else, we'll do a roll call vote. Jim Josephson.
Aye.
Kathleen Stacy.
Aye.
Hope Chardonnay. Aye. Candace Fry.
Aye.
Bruce DeGo.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Michael Hebert said yes, passes unanimously, and thank you again. The budget committee, I believe there's 2 sets of meeting minutes, the 8th and the 15th in here.
Correct.
Workshop, everything went. I don't know, Rob, do you have any update that you'd like to give us in regards to any of this, or?
Just the joint, the work session we conducted, so we've pretty much done the budget. This is also in my business administrator's report. The only line that might still be edited is the service awards, because we received intent to retire letters, and we have until December 1st to let people submit those.
Okay.
So after December 1st, the absolute final number will be put in, and we can, I'll present the final budget along with the default budget at the December 6th joint session with the budget committee and the school board.
All right. Would you like to let the board know, it's just recorded in the meeting minutes in regards to the cost savings that we were able to establish with the health insurance and so forth?
Yes, we had estimates early on, but before we got the numbers, then we put in a 10% increase because we didn't know what the health insurance premiums were gonna go up by. And the great news is that they only went up by 0.06%. So not even 1/10 of 1%, which it was an amazing cost savings in the neighborhood of $300 to $100,000. So that really helped the budget immensely.
So where are we percentage-wise now with the budget
We're about a 2.8% increase. Just
versus
under.
we were almost at 4%
Previous,
initially?
yeah, before that.
So, okay, great work,
All
yes,
right.
and hope, you've been at the meetings as well. I was at the last one, the workshop and so forth, so, everyone's pretty happy with what's set forth, so hopefully we'll be able to,
challenges, and this certainly helps, the bottom line.
that's right,
We're very lucky.
that's good. And just a reminder, we do have a support staff contract that will be on the warrant this year as well, and we're talking about that in a little bit. All right, anyone else?
There's just one little thing on the minutes from November 8th. Number 2, where Eleanor Davis made a motion, she did not approve the school board minutes, she approved the budget minutes. Correct?
Yes.
So you might want to have that changed for the record.
We'll tell them, because I don't think we can adjust budget.
Right, we can't do it.
Yeah, we'll let them know.
Okay. Anything else? Thank you. Joint Loss Management Committee, that met on November the 10th. Who might have been there at that? Amanda? Amanda?
Just me?
Sorry.
Just me. So you do have the draft minutes in front of you. We did 2 things at this meeting. We looked over the workers' comp situations, discussed ways that we could improve trainings for people or make work areas more safe if possible. I believe, if memory serves, that we did not have any definitive recommendations at the time. We felt that the injuries that we had been reported were just simple accidents, and that sometimes is just the case. We also did then review the school safety checklists and found that Corrado had done a pretty thorough job, as Roger Hutchins always had also, and had made some notes, and we were able to look at those notes and make sure that the improvements will happen as we compare them to next year. So a pretty straightforward, simple meeting.
Okay. Any questions? Where would you be looking for a shelter for the kids from IRS? I'm waiting for the buses.
Is it like waiting for car pickup or?
So
waiting for-
it's the kids waiting outside. The concern was kids waiting outside the gym for pickup.
Oh, yeah.
And I said typically if it's gonna be very poor weather, we would ask that the kids are still have to stay in the building, right? Because from that angle, you could still have parents pull into the parking lot, have kids remain inside the door,
Okay,
and then look out. We wouldn't want to try to, I would feel uncomfortable putting up like a metal roof or a little shelter outside there and having kids stand under it, try to fit, we sometimes have 40 kids waiting to be picked up. So I would much prefer that the kids waited in the gym
Mhm.
before they came outside.
thank you. Any other questions? Thank you. Superintendent's report.
Look at that, I'm on a roll. So you do have my written report in your packet. It talks briefly about the increase in the budget at 2.77. Rob likes to round up, I like double sevens, so 2.77%. And a reminder that the joint meeting for the Budget Committee and the School Board will take place on December 6th, and that will be held in the room formerly known as the CPL. Hope to see you all there. Booster clinics, as I had stated before, will be provided for the kids. Booster clinics will be provided for the adults, and vaccination clinics will be provided for our students ages 5 and older. So contact your child's school should you be interested in one of those. And finally, I do give a little bit of thanks to sort of reflect, and I reflect on the first part of our year. I'm very thankful for all the hard work that it's taken for this board, for my volunteers, for the teachers, for the other staff members, for the administrators, and for the public in general. We just have done a tremendous job in keeping our kids safe, keeping our schools open, and for giving our kids a chance at a regular school year. We've held some outdoor dances. We've held homecoming. We held a Halloween parade. We held fall festival night. There's so many things. We've held plays. We've held sporting events. We've held co-curricular activities. We've been able to do so many great things for our kids. And I am very thankful for that. Thankful to be part of this great community. So there was my little touching moment. I don't often have those.
Any questions for the superintendent?
Thank you.
Thank you.
For all your hard work.
Okay, next is our business administrator's report, and it's Rob.
As we've already mentioned, the budget committee is pretty much done building the budget. We're just waiting for December 1st to go by so we can adjust our service award line item. And then we'll also have the default budget on December 6th at the joint session.
And any questions for Rob? And we're all set as far as the public comment response.
You're correct, Cookie?
Okay. All right, new business. We have budget FY23. And we're looking for the approval of that?
That is correct.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve the budget as presented in the total amount of $30,363,274.
A second.
Okay.
That is correct, right? That's the right dollar amount you want? Okay.
Okay, so Tim Josephson, anything for the second discussion? Does anyone have any comments? Rob, would you like to address anything, or Amanda?
Oh, I see it's a 2.82%, the 7 sevens are gone.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot we did have to add some money. We had some retirees post their notifications.
That's not a big jump, and that's in line with like that's smaller than what the town of Canaan is looking at. That's smaller than a lot of other places, so, it took a lot of creativity, I think, but got it done.
Anyone else? Brewster, anything on the budget?
Nope.
All All right, so we'll do a roll call vote. All those in favor of the proposed motion of accepting the fiscal year 2023 budget, signify by saying aye when I call your name. Jim Josephson.
Aye.
Kathleen Stacy.
Aye.
Folks, strike now.
Aye.
Candace Fry.
Aye.
Brewster Go.
Aye.
Ethan Beaver is an aye, so that passes unanimously. Thank you. Rob, did we ever get the tax rate for Dorchester?
Yes, we did.
We did set it?
Oh, I don't have it. I'll find it and just send it.
At my house, it's just my house.
The Dorchester final tax rate, it went up by about $1.30.
It went down $1.32?
It went up.
Went up, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you. Okay, so we do have a few policies for second reading. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 for second reading. We do have 1 we need to rescind, and then 4 for first reading. So,
Going to do them all at once?
yeah, we'll group the second reading ones first, please.
All right, I'll make a motion that we approve for second reading, policy IGE, policy GB, C, D, policy E, EA, policy IHBG, and policy IHBG-R.
Second.
Thank you, Kathleen. I don't believe there were any changes to these policies.
That is correct, Cookie?
Okay. And, anyone have any questions or comments on any of them? Okay. So we'll roll call again. Tim Josephson.
Aye.
Kathleen Stacy.
Aye.
Hope Starnell.
Aye.
Candace Fry.
Aye.
Bruce to go.
Aye.
Aye, so they pass. They are now second reading of approval and adoption. The next policy you have is ABB, staff involvement in decision making, which needs to be rescinded.
I'll make a motion to rescind policy ABB, staff involvement in decision making.
Second.
Thank you, Kathleen. Any questions or discussion?
I really like this one. And I understand that, you know, a part of what we're doing here is trying to get all of these policies in place and make sure they're up to date and that they're legally current. But is this, but I guess this is what I see us rescinding something like this. I understand why, but I also, I'm wondering, you know, I'm concerned that we get away, you know, if this reflects our values, you know, is this, or maybe it doesn't, you know, I guess that's a discussion. Or is it covered somewhere else, you know, or is it embedded in what we do?
I believe this is embedded in another policy. There's a lot of policies in my brain, but ABB, that policy itself would be unique to Mascoma. There's no school board or the wording.
Yeah.
ABB is coded as something else with the New Hampshire School Board Association.
Okay.
So that's what I'm starting to find.
Right.
So I would be happy to revisit it with the school board policy committee. At a later time, you could think about
I
it.
mean, I
This
guess
is
if
something
this is
we wanted to bring back.
If this is reflective of us, I mean, I think it's nice myself, you know, that it's a, you know, community kind of cooperative statement in terms, and, but yeah, so that's all I'm saying. So, I don't know how everybody else feels about that.
So do we want to revisit this? Would it have to be changed? The lettering would be obviously changed.
Yeah, we would have to relook at it. We would have to look and see if it was embedded anywhere else, Cookie, in any of our other policies. But I think at this point, it would be best to rescind and then to relook at formulating it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I can also research and to see if the School Board Association has a policy similar to it.
Like the same spirit.
The
Right,
same
yeah,
spirit.
And I'm sure it
Spirit
says
of
something,
spirit,
but-
yeah.
Yep, I understand.
Okay. All right. Well, we won't lose it.
Yeah, but no, I just,
Okay.
I guess that's the perfect word. It's the spirit of it that I like.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. All right, anything further on this policy before we vote? Okay, we'll do roll call again. Tim Josephson.
Aye.
Kathleen Stacy.
Aye.
Hope Stragnow.
Aye.
Andy Fry.
Aye.
Bruce DeGoe.
Aye.
Lee Richardson, aye. And that passes to rescind that. Okay, so the next 4 policies, again, they are for first reading. So if you like to group them, and then we'll discuss.
Sure, I'll make a motion that we approve policy GBI, staff participation in political activities. This is all for first reading. Policy GCK, professional staff assignments and transfers, first reading. Policy GCF, professional staff hiring, first reading. And policy GCR, non-school employment by professional staff members, first reading.
I'll second.
And it's open for discussion.
Start with the first.
So is there anything in particular with these particular policies that we,
No, Cookie, these are policies that were updated, as you can see by the titling, the categories priority or required by law. So these were all impacted, all these policies were impacted by new legislation. So that's why you're seeing these today. There's nothing other than legal statutes that have been updated in these. We have not changed the spirit of any of these policies.
anyone else have any comments or questions? Okay. We do roll call again. Tim Josephson.
Aye.
Kathleen Stacy.
Aye.
Hope Stragnow. Aye. Andy Fry.
Aye.
Bruce DeGoe.
Aye.
Cookie Weaver is an aye, so those pass for the first reading. They will be coming back to our first meeting in December. Second reading and adoption. Agenda items for the next meeting. We'll have our committee reports, warrant articles, which is important that we
Mhm.
review those now. We'll have an update on the workshop with the budget committee on December 6th.
Probably the default budget also,
Yes.
default budget calculation will be here.
Okay. Okay, that's great. I don't think of anything else at the moment.
Just the COVID update.
Do we have the second meeting scheduled already for December?
I do believe we have one
We
scheduled.
put it on the calendar and then we go, do we really want it?
Yeah, we do put it on the calendar and then say,
Right.
What do you think?
I think it would, I'll look and see what we might potentially have for items on that. We may be able to complete everything. I'll work to push some things up, and we might be able to complete everything on the 14th.
Okay,
Yeah, because we still have time between, because it's so late in the month, the first meeting.
Yeah,
So we may, I think that,
yeah,
So
that's nice.
okay,
I'll look at that and be in touch with you, Cookie, if we need to add other things to the
Okay.
agenda.
sounds good. Alrighty. Well, public comment.
Yeah, I've just got one because I see it happen every year, and I guess I have a different way of doing things. I just can't understand why you'd be approving a budget number today that most likely is going to change on December the 6th. And also, I guess I've always gone with that you take the number forward to the public hearing, because I don't think you should be approving a budget prior to the public hearing on the budget. And it's just a little pet peeve of mine, which is you haven't had any public input at this point at a public hearing, and yet you just approved a number, which most likely is going to change in a week or two because you're going to know what the service award number is. I don't have a problem with the number at all. At 2.82%, I suspect it's going to be a lower number than the default budget is. So that's just a comment.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Oh, good. Well, welcome
We were all
back.
hanging on your,
I know, we're all like, okay.
No, I just-
no, it's a good point.
I'm
It's a
going,
valid point,
Well,
yeah.
It is valid point.
yeah,
So, that's probably something we'll have to discuss for the next budget season to see what we can do in regards to maybe changing that.
No.
So, I appreciate it. Thank you for your input, I really do.
Mhm.
I
I just wanted to comment that, the middle school drama club did an excellent job the other weekend. Thank you to Amy Morris for stepping in and for leading those kids. And I don't know if you knew this, because we've been talking about getting kids working in the booth. And 2 fifth graders designed and ran the entire light show. Like, they did everything. And so that is how we wanted to, like, I'm like, yes, that's great. But they did an awesome job. Thank you for getting them on stage. And kudos to those 5th graders in the booth, because they loved it. Like, they we couldn't get over it. She told us that after the first night, like, no, it's just 5th graders up there running the lights. And it was like complex. They were like dropping, like making it dark with this and light and focus. Yeah, so on the right track.
Very good. Brewster.
Where's that student representative? Where's the student rep? Do they have somebody or no?
We still do not have someone. No one stepped forward before the election. So Mr. Toll and Ms. McIntyre are still looking for a student who may potentially be interested.
Okay.
Okay,
I couldn't help but notice in the curriculum assessment update that it says that there's a new SAT prep class for juniors. And I just wanted to, first of all, acknowledge that that's wonderful. And the other, while I was reading it, what struck me is that, talk about being thankful, is that how much has been moving forward during all of this COVID craziness. I mean, everybody, in addition to just doing what they have to do and then some, is still trying to move the ball forward. And as I read that, it really struck me that that's what we're seeing. And I'm really, really super appreciative of that, because that's not happening everywhere.
Thank you.
I'm very grateful that people are mindful of, in the midst of this, moving us in the direction where everybody wants to go. It's pretty cool.
Thank you. Personnel, resignations, nominations. Do we have any?
I do not have any, Cookie.
Okay. And we do have some non-public tonight.
We do for the purpose of hiring, which is listed as B. We also do for K, a tuition waiver request, and L, legal.
I'll make a motion to go into non-public with RSA 91-A, colon 3, Roman 2, B, K, and L.
Yes.
Second.
Thank you, Kathleen. Okay, roll call. Kim Josephson.
Aye.
Kathleen Stacy.
Aye.
Hope Stragnow. Aye. Candace Fry.
Aye.
Ruth to go.
all right.
And Cookie Lickard. Aye. We are in.
Yes, I will.
Very nice to see you, Dan. Thank you.
yeah, I don't know, I can't shut that off.
Mm-hmm.
It's still public.
Where do we have Seth from?
I mean, the only person there is Brewster, so.
What's that? What's that?
Thank you, Rob.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Drive
If you
safe.
see staff up there, would you send him down?
Sure.
Happy Thanksgiving. See you guys.
The meeting on the 14th, I would like to be 10 or 15 minutes late because I'm scheduled for it. And I have to shower before coming because I take care of COVID issues.
Thank you.
So like right on the, try to get here very promptly.
So legal documents, so.
Thank you.
I'll wait.
Pamela, thanks a lot for sending me the link today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We are in non-public, or we'd like to enter non-public.
Okay.
Will you shut down whatever we need to shut down?